Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to discuss exercise physiology and fitness. So, exercise physiology is a study of the body responses and adaptations to the stress of exercise. It investigates both immediate, acute, and long-term chronic. So, effect of exercise on all body system, professional like teacher, coaches, and fitness learners must understand this response to design effective training programs that meet individuals' physical activity needs and goals. So, exercise physiology is a study of how the body reacts and adapts to exercise. For example, while running, your heart rate and breathing increase, so acute. And after weeks of training, your heart and muscle become stronger so you can run longer without getting tired. So, it's a chronic. So next, exercise physiology and overview. So, exercise physiology study how exercise affect the body from system to cell and how the body adapt in the short and long term. It is a major field in physical education, exercise science, and sports, growing rapidly due to research, technology, and professional interest. So, exercise physiology study how exercise affect the body and how it adapt over time. So, for example, when you lift weights, your muscle work harder, so it's short term. And after weeks of training, they become stronger, so it called long term. So next, areas of the study. First bullet, effects of various exercise program on the system of the body, including circulatory, respiratory, nervous, skeletal, muscular, and endocrine system. Different exercise programs affect the body system in unique ways. So, circulatory strengthens the heart and blood vessels. Respiratory improve breathing. Nervous enhance nerve function and the brain system. Muscular strength muscles and boosts endurance. Endocrine help regulate the production of hormones. So, for example, running, strength, and improve. So, circulatory and lungs, respiratory. Second, weightlifting, strength muscle, so it's called muscular. And bones, skeletal. Next is yoga, helps regulate the nervous system and hormone balance, so endocrine. So second bullet, relationship of energy metabolism to performance. So body metabolism work to convert fluid into energy for movement and body functions. It adapts to regular exercise, improve efficiency over time to support better performance later on. So for example, when swimming, your body uses energy to move through water. Without consistent training, your muscle and cardiovascular system become more efficient at using oxygen, allowing you to swim longer and difference. Third bullet is effect of variation environment factors such as temperature, humidity, altitude, pollutants, and different environment in space or undersea, or physiological response to exercise and performance. So, environmental factors such as heat, humidity, altitude, and affect how the body responds to exercise and performance. So, for example, when exercise in hot weather, you sweat more and many tired easily, affect your ability to adapt. Next is effects of individual differences such as age, sex, initial level of fitness or disability on fitness, development, and performance. So, factors like age, sex, fitness level, and flexibility affect exercise response, strength, endurance, recovery, and performance. So, training should be individualized. For example, beginner runners are prone to endurance, while advanced runners may have higher injury risk if not carefully. So next, effective overuse rehabilitation programs on the recovery of injured athletes on diseased individuals and or individuals with disability. So, programs help injured athletes, sick people, and those with disability recover strength, mobility, and function tailored to each person. So, in example, injured athlete, football player with knee injured, physiotherapy exercise to strengthen ligaments and muscle and improve mobility. So next topic, exercise physiology emerging field of studies. So training focused in exercise physiology studies how exercise affect the body in different ways. So first bullet, cardiac rehabilitation focuses on assessing cardiovascular function and the effectiveness of exercise programs in preventing heart disease and rehabilitating patients. So, important for heart function and prevent illness. So, example, heart patient doing treadmill exercise to strengthen the heart. Next bullet, exercise biometric examines the effects of exercise at the cellular level, especially within muscle cells. So, studies exercise effect at the cellular muscle level. So example, weightlifting, increase energy production in muscle cell. Next bullet, exercise epidemiology study the relationship between physical activity and morality. Links physical activity to health and lifespan. So example, regular jogging lower risk of heart disease. Next bullet, pediatric exercise study how the body responds to exercise during childhood, include growing, maturization, and difference between children and adults. So, exam, children grow and develop during exercise. So, example, when you're doing swimming lesson, improve coordination and stamina in children. So, next bullet, exercise physiology also study the effect of performance enhancing drugs on performance. So studies effect of anabolic steroids on body composition and training. So example, professional body builders use steroids to enhance muscle growth and strength. Next bullet, it examines the health and therapeutic fitness gain from appropriate level of physical activity. So, explore health improvements for proper physical activity. So, example, yoga, lower blood pressure, and improve mental health.
So, good day everyone. Today I will discuss about the physical fitness and skill related components. There are two types of physical fitness components. The first is health-related fitness and the second one is skill-related fitness. So, health-related fitness which focuses on health and daily functioning. So, the second one is the skill-related fitness which focuses on sport performance and movement skills. So, physical fitness is the ability of the body system to function efficiently and effectively. This means our heart, lungs, muscles, and joints work together so we can do daily exercise without getting easily tired. So there are 4 physical fitness. The first one is the body composition. The body composition amount body fat to relative fat-free mass express a percentage. So, for example, physical active person usually has a healthier body fat percentage than someone who is inactive. So, the second is the cardiorespiratory endurance. So, maximum functional capacity of the cardiorespiratory system to sustain work physical activity involving large muscles growth over an extended period. So, the cardiorespiratory endurance, for examples, activities like jogging, cycling, swimming, or brisk walking show good cardiorespiratory endurance. So, the third is flexibility. Flexibility, range of movement possible at the joint or joints. So, example, being able to bend down and to your toes or stretch your arms easily shows flexibility. So, the last is muscular endurance. Muscular endurance, ability of a muscle or muscle group to repeat muscular contractions against a force to sustain contraction over time. So, example, doing many push-ups, sit-ups, or holding a plank position shows muscular endurance. Now, let's move to skill-related components of fitness which are important in sports and athletic performance. The first one is the agility. Is the ability to change direction quickly with control. Example, dagging an opponent in basketball or soccer is an example of agility. The second one is balance. Is the ability to maintain equilibrium whether you are standing still or moving. Example, standing 1 foot or landing properly after jump shots. Balance. So, coordination is the ability to execute movement smoothly and efficiently. Example, catching a ball, dribbling while running, or hitting a volleyball shows coordinations. So, the power is the ability to produce force quickly, combining strength and speed. Example, jumping high, throwing a ball far, or doing a volleyball spike. Reaction time is the time between a stimulus and the body's response. Example, starting to run immediately after hearing the whistle. Speed is the ability to move the body quickly. Example, sprinting in athletics, chasing the ball in soccer.
Physical activity, physical fitness, and health. So, the connection between physical activity and health, many diseases today are caused by lack of movement. These are called hypokinetic diseases, which means diseases caused by too little physical activity. Example include heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, obesity, osteoporosis, and chronic back pain. So, example, a person who spends most of the day sitting, does not exercise, and eat unhealthy food may develop obesity or high blood pressure over time. Because their body is not active, their heart becomes weaker and their blood circulation slows down. This increases the risk of heart disease and diabetes. On the other hand, a person who walks for 30 minutes every day, exercises regularly, and stay active has a strong heart, better circulation, and a lower risk of these diseases. This shows that regular physical activity helps prevent hypokinetic diseases and improve overall health. Dose-response debate. This slide shows how much exercise we need. Adults should do at least 150 minutes of moderate physical activity per week, or 75 minutes of vigorous activity. We should also do muscle strengthening exercise at least 2 days per week. The idea here is that the right amount of exercise give better health benefits. For example, an adult can do 30 minutes of brisk walking 5 days a week. That already completes the 150 minutes of moderate physical activity. If the person prefers more intense exercise, this can jog or play basketball for 25 minutes 3 times a week that equal about 75 minutes of vigorous activity. In addition, they can do muscle strengthening exercise like push-ups, squats, or lifting weights 2 times a week. This shows that when we follow the recommended amount of exercise, we get better health benefits like stronger heart, better endurance, and lower risk diseases. Physical activity pyramid. The pyramid shows that types of activity we should do regularly. At the bottom are daily activities like walking and climbing stairs. In the middle are aerobic, strength, and flexibility exercise that improve fitness. At the top is rest and inactive rest. It's important, but too much inactive can harm our health, so we should stay active most of the time. Example, at the bottom of the pyramid, a person can walk at school or work, use the stair instead of the elevator, or help with household chore every day. In the middle of the pyramid, they can do aerobic exercises like jogging or cycling 3 to 5 times a week. They can also include strength exercises like push-ups or lifting weights, or flexibility exercises like stretching or yoga. At the top of the pyramid is rest and inactive, such as watching TV or using the phone. While rest is necessary, spending too much time sitting or lying down can negatively affect our health. This example shows that we should do daily activities often, exercise regularly, and limit inactive time. Health benefits. Physical activity improves heart health. It strengthens the heart, improves blood circulation, and increases oxygen in the body. It also lowers bad cholesterol and increases good cholesterol. Because of this, exercise reduces the risk of heart disease, heart attack, obesity, and high blood pressure. For example, a person who exercises regularly, like jogging or cycling several times a week, helps strengthen their heart muscle. When the heart becomes stronger, it can pump blood more efficiently throughout the body. Because of regular exercise, their blood circulation improves and more oxygen is delivered to their muscle and oxygen. Exercise also helps lower bad cholesterol and increase good cholesterol. As a result, this person has a low risk of heart disease, heart attack, obesity, and high blood pressure compared to someone who does not exercise. Fitness development. Physical activity helps maintain a healthy body composition. Too much body fat can be dangerous and may shorten life expectancy. Develop fitness properly. Professionals must understand how the body produces energy and how to plan exercise program correctly. For example, if a person wants to lose weight and improve their fitness, a trainer will not just tell them to exercise randomly. The trainer will create a proper program to include cardio exercise to burn fat, strength training to build muscle, and rest day for recovery. The trainer understands how the body uses energy during exercise so they can choose the right intensity and duration. Because of this, the person can safely reduce body fat, improve muscle tone, and become healthier. This shows that proper planning and understanding of fitness development and importance of achieving good results.
So, good day everyone. Today I will explain how our body produces energy during exercise and the principle of fitness training. So, understanding this is important because it helps us exercise correctly, safely, and effectively. So, energy production for physical activity. So, what is ATP? ATP
is the main energy source of our body. So, lahat ng galawan natin, pagdagbo, paglakad, pag-ehersisyo, ATP ang ginagamit natin. So, ATP comes from the food we eat like carbohydrates, fats, and protein through metabolism. So, energy system used by the body. Our body use different energy system depending on how intense and long the activity is. So, the anaerobic energy system used for short and high intensity activity. No oxygen needed. Example, sprinting, jogging, short explosive movements. Halimbawa, di ba, yung 100 meters sprint, mabilis, pero saglit lang. Yun ang example ng anaerobic activity. So, the combined energy system used for 1 to 3 minutes mix of an anaerobic and aerobic system. Example, 400 to 800 meter run, sports like bursts of movement like basketball. So, yun aerobic energy system din used for more than 3 minutes. So, it's use oxygen, example, jogging, cycling, swimming, long distance running. Ito ang ginagamit kapag matagal pero hindi sobrang intense ng activity natin. So ano yung FITT principle? So, when planning exercise, we use FITT. So, the frequency, gaano kadalas ka mag-exercise. Yun ay intensity, gaano kabigat o kahirap yung activity na gagawin mo. Yung T, yung time, gaano ka katagal mag-exercise or maggawa ng activity. So, yung T, type of exercise. Anong klase exercise ang ginagamit mo para sa activity na yun. So sa principle of fitness training, these principles guide us para ma-improve ang fitness properly. Ma-improve yung fitness natin properly. So, first, yung principle of overload. To improve, kailangan mas mahirap kaysa sa normal. Example, if kaya mo mag-lift ng 5 kg, kailangan mong magdagdag para lumakas. Second, principle of specificity. So, to improve a fitness components or body part, you must train that specific part. Training must match the goal, such as stretching, not improving cardio, and squat improving leg fitness. So, rather than arm fitness program must be designed based on the individual goals. Sa principle of specificity, kung ano ang gusto mong ma-improve, yun yung dapat mong i-train. Example, gusto mong lumakas yung legs mo, mag-squat ka. Gusto mong mag-better yung cardio mo, mag-running ka. So, principle of progression. Principle of progression, overload should increase gradually for best results. Frequency, duration, intensity should be increased over time. Program must challenge the individual without overwhelming them. Sa principle of progression, unti-unti dadagan yung exercise natin. Hindi pwede bigla, mabigat agad, slow, dapat slow and steady para maiwasan yung injury, para makaiwas tayo sa injury. So, the principle of diminishing return. Beginners see big improvements quickly, but as fitness improves, gain becomes smaller even with more activity. Maintenance becomes important when progress is slow. So, principle of variation. Changing workout keeps interest and prevent plateaus, vary intensity, duration, or type of exercise such as alternating hard and easy workouts or changing location. So, the principle of reversibility. Use it or lose it. Kapag tumigil ka mag-exercise, mawawala ang gains. Even after 2 weeks of inactive, bumaba ang fitness level mo. Principle of individuality. People respond differently to exercise, so the rate of the improvement varies for each individual. So, magkaiba ang katawan ng bawat tao. What works for others may not work for you. Next, the principle of recovery. The body needs rest to adapt to the training. Recovery can be achieved by alternating activities or muscle groups, such as working upper body one day and lower body the next day. For example, an individual may work on improving upper body strength one day and devote the next day to the lower strength. Training every day increase the risk of injury. So the next is the principle of safety. Safety is essential in fitness program. Medical screening is required before training, especially after long inactivity or after a heart problem. Special conditions like diabetes needs careful monitoring. Individuals should be precaution in extreme weather and report any unusual symptoms such as excessive breathlessness to a professional or physician.
FITT formula. Professional must specify frequency, intensity, time, and type when prescribing an exercise program. So, F, frequency, how often you exercise in a week. Example, brisk walking 3 to 5 days per week. So, sa intensity naman, how hard the exercise is. For example, jogging at moderate intensity where you can talk but not sing. About 60 to 75% max heart rate. Sa time naman, how long each exercise sessions last. Example, cycling for 30 minutes per sessions. Sa type naman, the kind of exercise performed. So, example, aerobic, running, swimming, strength, weight training, flexibility, stretching. Next bullet, threshold of training. Minimum level of exercise needed to achieve benefits. So, threshold of training, the minimum amount for exercise needed to get the benefit. So, for example, walking to 20 minutes 3 times a week to improve basic fitness. Next bullet, target zone, begins at the threshold and defines the optimal and upper limits of exercise. So, target zone, the optimal exercise range where benefits are maximized without overtraining. So, for example, exercising at 60 to 85% of max heart rate during cardio workouts. So, next, exercise beyond the upper limit may be counterproductive. Next, frequency, number of exercise session per week, 3 to 5 times per week. Frequency, how often you exercise per week. So, example, 3 to 5 session per week. Intensity naman, degree of efforts during exercise, 80% of minimum effort of training, 80 pounds of strength training. Intensity, how hard the exercise is. Example, 80% of maximum effort for running and 80 pounds for strength training. Time, duration of activity, 40 minutes. Time, how long the activity lasts. Example, 40 minutes per session. Sa time naman, mode of exercise like jogging, rowing, bicycling, stretching, weight training. So, the kind or mode of exercise performed such as jogging, rowing, bicycling, stretching, or weight training. Next bullet, the FITT acronym helps remember exercise prescriptions variables. These variables can be adjusted to fit an individual needs. For example, cardiorespiratory improve can be achieved by jogging at 70% effort for 40 minutes 5 times a week. So the FITT acronym, frequency, intensity, time, and type, helps plan an exercise program that can be adjusted to a person's needs and goals. So example, cardiorespiratory fitness improved by jogging at 70% intensity for 40 minutes 5 times per week. So next bullet, guidelines for developing health-related fitness box for specific criteria of the FITT principle.
I will discuss the health fitness components and the general training principles, especially the FIT principles, which guides us to how to exercise safely and effectively. So, cardio endurance, this is the ability of the heart lungs to supply oxygen during long activities. Example, jogging, brisk walking, cycling. So, muscular strength and endurance. Strength is how the muscle can work. Example, lifting weight, push-ups. Flexibility, the ability of a joints to move through their full range of motions. Example, stretching, yoga. Body composition refers to the proportion of the body fat and lean mass. Muscles, bones, water in the body. Example, athletes usually have more muscles and less fat, while inactive people may have higher body fat. FIT, frequency, intensity, time, and type. So, frequency, how often you exercise per week. Example, 3 to 5 times per week. Intensity, how hard you exercise. Example, light, moderate, or vigorous. Time, how long you exercise. Example, 30 minutes or 1 hour per day. Type, what kind of exercise you do. Example, running or swimming, strength training.
Guidelines for developing health-related fitness. Ang slide na ito shows that guidelines for developing health-related fitness, ibig sabihin ito yung recommended na paraan kung paano natin mapapabuti ang ating katawan through exercise. There are 4 main components here: the cardiorespiratory endurance, muscular strength and endurance, flexibility, and body composition. Ang cardiorespiratory endurance, first is ito yung ability ng heart, lungs, and blood vessels natin na mag-deliver ng oxygen sa muscle habang nag-exercise. Recommended na gawin ito 3 to 5 days per week. The intensity should be around 55 to 95% of your maximum heart rate. So, the time or duration should be around 20 to 60 minutes. And the type of the activity should be aerobic exercise like jogging, brisk walking, cycling, swimming, or dancing. So, yung muscular strength and endurance. Next is ito naman yung ability ng muscle natin na mag-produce ng force or magtrabaho ng matagal without getting tired. Recommended na gawin ito 3 days per week for muscle strength. Gumagamit tayo ng high resistance with 1 to 8 repetition like weightlifting, heavy weights for muscular endurance. Gumagamit tayo ng lower resistance with 8 to 20 repetition. For example, example of exercise are push-up, weightlifting, resistant band exercise, and body weight training. Sa flexibility naman, ito yung ability ng muscle natin joints na gumalaw ng freely and full range of motion. Recommended na gawin ito most days of the week. While stretching, we should hold the stretch for about 5 to 10 seconds at first, then eventually 30 to 60 seconds. Importance of cardiorespiratory endurance. Cardiorespiratory endurance is considered the most important components of health-related fitness. So this is because it shows how efficiency our body is in using oxygen during physical activity. Kapag maganda ang cardiorespiratory endurance natin, mas healthy ang heart, lungs, and mataas ang stamina natin. This range help make sure the exercise is effective but still safe for the body. Recommended exercise intensity. According to the American College of Sports Medicine, people who want to improve cardiorespiratory fitness should exercise at this intensity level. So, first is yung 55 to 90% of maximum heart rate and 40 to 80% of heart rate. On VO2 reserve, which measure how much oxygen the body can use during exercise, this range help make sure the exercise is effective but still safe for the body.
So lower intensity is 55 minus 64% HR max or 40 minus 49% HRR. So this means light exercise level. It is best for people who are just starting to exercise or have low fitness. So example like walking or light jogging for 20 minutes. So maximal heart rate HR max. So HR max is the fastest your heart can beat in 1 minute during exercise. It usually gets lower as you get older. So formula HR max equals to 220 minus your age. So example, if you are 16 years old, 220 minus 16 equals to 204 beats per minute or BPM. So your HR max is 204 BPM. So number 3, heart rate reserve or HRR. So HRR is the difference between your maximum heart rate and your resting heart rate. So the formula HRR equals to HR max. So minus RHR. So example, HR max equals to 204 BPM. So the resting heart rate or RHR equals to 70 BPM. So 204 minus 70 equals to 134 HRR. Number 4, target heart rate or THR. So THR is the ideal heart rate you should reach during exercise to get health benefits safely. So example, if your target heart rate is 120, so 120 minus 150 BPM, you should exercise until your beats within that range. So now measuring your heart rate. So you can measure your heart rate by feeling your pulse and counting the beats per minute. So example, put 2 fingers in your wrist or neck. So count the beats for 15 seconds. Then multiply by 4 to get beats per minute. So example, 20 beats in 15 seconds. So times 4. So equals to 80 BPM.
This slide explains how to measure the intensity of exercise using the target heart rate of THR. Target heart rate means the ideal number of heartbeat per minute while exercising. It helps a person know if their workout is too easy, too hard, or just right. One simple formula to compute THR is THR equals target intensity times HR max. HR max means maximum heart rate. It is usually estimated using the formula 220 minus your age. For example, if a person is 20 years old, their HR max is 200 per beat per minute. Another method is the Carbonell equation, which is more accurate because it includes the heart rate, RHR. For formula is THR equals target intensity times HR max minus RHR. plus RHR. This method gives a better estimate of the correct heart rate zone during exercise. Cardiorespiratory fitness. The slide explains how cardiorespiratory fitness is measured. Cardiorespiratory fitness shows how well the heart, lungs, and muscle work together during physical activity. The most accurate way to measure is through VO max or maximum oxygen consumption. Max measures the maximum amount of oxygen the body can use during intense exercise. However, these tests need special equipment and a laboratory, so it is not always easy to do. Because of this, there are simpler tests that can estimate fitness levels such as 1.5 mile run test, Pacer test, Harvard step test. These tests help estimate a person's cardiorespiratory endurance without using expensive equipment. Time in exercise. The slide talk about the recommended duration of exercise. According to the American College of Sport Medicine, a person should do 20 to 60 minutes of continuous aerobic exercise. Aerobic exercises are activities that increase heart rate and breathing. Examples include jogging, cycling, swimming, and brisk walking. Doing exercise for 20 to 60 minutes helps improve heart rate, endurance, and overall fitness.
Body composition. Body composition shows the percentage of body fat, lean tissue. So high body fat is unhealthy. BMI is used to classify underweight, normal, overweight, or obese. Some athletes may be overweight by BMI but still have low body fat. Body composition is affected by nutrition, physical activity, and genetics. Although genetics determine body type, lifestyle has a major impact. Poor nutrition and a sedentary lifestyle lead to high body fat, while a healthy lifestyle and regular exercise improve body composition. So, yung example dito guys, pag kumakain tayo ng mga fast food at mga junk food, so at wala tayong exercise, so mas tumataba tayo. So pag kumakain tayo ng mga gulay, prutas at may regular exercise tayo, so maganda yung body composition natin, mas nagiging fit ang katawan. So about naman sa body types guys, so may 3 different body types tayo: ectomorph, mesomorph, and endomorph. So some practices should be followed in losing fat. Experts suggest the following guidelines regarding fat loss. So number 1, avoid extreme diets and prolonged fasting because they cause loss of water, minerals, and muscle, not fat. So number 2, use moderate calorie restriction, about 500 calorie less per day, but do not go below 1-2 calories a day for women and 4 calories a day for men. So number 3, regular exercise help maintain muscle and bone while burning fat. So number 4, combine diet plus exercise plus behavior changes for best results. Do not lose more than 2 pounds per week. Number 5, long-term weight control require lifelong healthy eating and regular activity. So muscle strength and endurance improve posture, appearance, and joint protection, and can reduce low back pain by strengthening muscle and increasing flexibility. So example dito guys, ang tao na may strong core muscle ay hindi madaling sumakit ang kanyang likod kahit matagal nakaupo o nagbubuhat. So number 2, high levels of muscular strength and endurance are important for athletes. So example dito guys, isang basketball player na may strong legs at arms ay mas kaya niyang tumakbo, tumalon at maglaro ng mas matagal at komportable. Number 3, isometric, isotonic, and isokinetic exercise can be used to develop muscular strength and endurance. Body movement depend on the contraction of muscle. So example dito guys, may iba't ibang exercise na pwedeng gawin para palakasin at patibayin ng muscle. Kaya ng isometric, isotonic, at isokinetic. So sa isometric, pwede yung plank. So sa isotonic naman, pwede din yung push-ups. So sa isokinetic, ito yung exercise gamit ang special gym machine na may kontroladong or control ng speed. Definition for muscular strength and endurance training. So sa strength, kung ang goal mo ay pure strength, kailangan mabigat ang buhatin mo at konti lang ang reps na gawin mo. Dito para may labas mo ang maximum na lakas ng muscle. So sa base sa chart, gumamit ng 80% to 100% ng max strength para sa 0 to 8 repetition. So sa strength and endurance naman, ito yung gitnang level kung saan lumalakas yung muscle natin at tumatagal. So sabi ng base sa chart, gumamit ng 70% to 90% na max strength para sa 8 to 12 repetition. So sa muscular endurance, ito yung kung ang goal mo ay endurance, mas magaan ang weight pero maraming repetition. So base sa chart, gumamit ng 50% to 80% ng max strength para sa 12 to 20 o higit pang repetition. Important of flexibility for physical performance. So ang flexibility ay yung ability ng muscle at joints natin na gumalaw sa buong range of motion. So malaga siya sa physical activity kasi mas smooth ang movement, mabawasan ang risk ng injury, mas ma-improve yung posture at balance, mas magiging mabilis at malakas. So environmental condition and fitness. So ang environment o surrounding condition ay malaking factor sa exercise, safety at performance. So hot at humid weather ay dangerous kasi mataas ang humidity, hindi efficient ang sweating, body heat ay hindi madali nalalabas. So nagkakaris ng dehydration at heat-related illness. Nutrition and fitness. Mahalaga ang tamang pagkain sa fitness at performance nutrition. Provides energy para sa exercise, so kailangan natin ng carbs at fats. Number 2, health muscle recovery, so kailangan natin ng protein. For maintaining hydration at electrolyte balance, so kailangan natin ng mga prutas, vegetable at tubig. Caffeine and performance. Caffeine is a stimulant na pwedeng makatulong sa performance kung iniinom bago ang exercise o event. So, recommended siya 1 hour bago ang activity. So, equivalent to 2 cups of coffee. So, yung benefits niya, mas alert at focus. Pwedeng tumaas ang endurance at energy. So, ang risk or side effect, rapid heartbeat, insomnia, and anxiety. Carbohydrate loading, carb loading and strategy ng endurance athletes tulad ng runner, cyclist at swimmer. Hydration, energy, and sports drink. Hydration is a crucial sa performance dahil sa sweat loss. So example, during 2 hour soccer game, player drinks water every 20 minutes to hydrate it. If high intensity for more than 1 hour, sports drink help maintain energy and replace sodium, potassium, and carbs. So, creatine is a popular nutritional supplement na ginagamit ng maraming athletes. So, fitness para sa enhanced performance lalo sa short at high intensity exercise. So, paano siya gumagana? Help produce more ATP energy sa muscle.